TIAA is on a mission. Why? Because 54% of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So in collaboration with big-name artists like Wyclef Jean, TIAA released Paper Right, new music inspiring a new financial future. With 100% of streaming sales going to a nonprofit that teaches students how to invest. Stream Paper Right now and help close the gap.
The Waco History Podcast is sponsored by Brotherwell Brewery on historic Bridge Street in Waco.
Welcome to the Waco History Podcast. We're going to air for you over the next few months a special series of Waco History Living Stories. These were segments that were originally aired on KWBU here in Waco. They were produced by the Institute for Oral History editor, Michelle Holland, and narrated by two fabulous narrators, Louis Mazé and Kim Patterson. And so these highlight oral histories from the collection of the Institute for Oral History at Baylor University, which I direct, which has been around since 1970 and has over 1,000 interviews related to Waco and McLennan County history. And we're happy to highlight those here.
Cross the Brazos at Waco, ride hard and I'll make it by dawn.
As we approach the end of the year in 2022, this living stories is from some local philanthropists talking about why they give, and for us to think about it this charitable season of the year.
Then the night came alive with guns.
This is Living Stories, featuring voices from the collections of the Baylor University Institute for Oral History. I'm Louis Mazé. Merriam-Webster defines philanthropy as goodwill to fellow men, especially active effort to promote human welfare. The word is by no means new. The ancient Greeks called it philanthropia and thought the idea was the key to civilization. Waco is fortunate to claim several philanthropists as its own. Jim Hawkins, founder of Jayhawk Funding Corporation, reflects on why he gives.
The only difference in our community and any other community is the people in it. And those people can make the difference. And if you share with the community to build a better community, it's going to pay off. You're going to get gratification many times over. That's what makes it so, for me, when I go through town now and see the projects that they said that we couldn't do, that we've done. You know, I never will forget 1965, when I was president of Chamber of Commerce, Junior Chamber of Commerce. There were 3 projects that we identified that needed to be done. As a young man then, it seemed like it's more than you could ever expect. Low water dam, the junior college, and the convention center. We didn't have a convention center. And we set out, got all 3 of those. And I mean, looking back on it, now when you go by them, you're able to really enjoy the history and knowing what can be done if you really put your mind to it. The people in the community make the difference, and you make it what you want it to be.
Bernard Rappaport discusses why he founded the Bernard and Audrey Rappaport Foundation after selling American Income Life Insurance Company.
I look up in the sky, and for me, I say, well, there's something greater than I am, and that's God. And the rest of it, you have to behave yourself and accept responsibility. Now, so many of these religious people, to me, are not religious because they don't accept responsibility. For example, when we sold the company, we got a lot of money, and we put half of it in the foundation. So my friend said, well, you crazy, why did you do that? I said, because I owed it. He said, who'd you owe it to? I said, to society. I said, anybody that thinks they're a self-made man is an idiot. I mean, if I had to make a list of all the people that helped me get to where I am, I said, there's not enough paper in the world. And I was good at managing, and I was good at motivating. And so we were able to build a company, but how many people do you think helped me do that? The only guy that I can't stand is a self-made man, because I know I'm talking to an idiot.
The lives of these generous men speak well to the adage that money only brings happiness when you use it to help others. For more information about this program or the Institute for Oral History, visit us online at baylor.edu/livingstories.
Ride hard and I'll make it by dawn.
Thanks for listening to the Waco History Podcast. Like what you heard? Subscribe, rate, and review our show on iTunes so we can reach more listeners. You can find show notes and info on every episode at wacohistorypodcast.com, and more info on Waco's past at wacohistory.org. Our theme music, used with permission, is Cross the Brazos at Waco, performed by the late Billy Walker. For more info on Billy's music, go to billywalker.com. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
When I reach San Antonio.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.